everybody. Okay, so I have a few thoughts on today's episode of Bold, but it may be counterintuitive to what I usually say. Um, okay, so they are really trying to do this whole wedding thing for days and days and days on it. Okay, now I am a woman, obviously. Okay, but what I'm saying is, most of the time, I am really excited about a wedding and I want to know all the details and everything. And like, woohoo. Okay. But they are dragging out this wedding thing for 2 years. Um, okay. So everybody knows that Liam and Hope got married. The thing that might be counterintuitive to you is I didn't want this to happen because and other people have talked about this before too. Namely James Lott Jr. and Amanda Russ. And Amanda Russ has her own um, show called the Bold and Beautiful podcast. Okay, but they both said that okay, the way they did the wedding for Liam and Hope is that they put a lot of effort into it, but then they want you to discount everything that they've done for the past 2 years and all the relationships they've been in and act like these are the forever couple and just forget about Thomas and Carter and Ivy and everybody else that Liam was into before that. Just forget all that and celebrate the wedding. And I'm like, okay, what? And like, I'm talking to the point where some of the people were not there at all. Okay, now I know that Steffi and Hope have quite a few bones to pick with each other over the years for various things. Okay, but isn't a mature person able to see a wedding of a former person and say, like, hey, I'm happy for you that you found happiness? Aren't people able to do that? So that's odd. Um, Now that I think about it, I have to change what I said the other day slightly because I said I would think that Ridge would be invited to the wedding, and he said no. So I said, why would you say no? Because you're supposed to be glued to Brooke, like glued all the time at the hip, whatever. I know the thing is joined at the hip, okay, but I'm trying to make a point here, okay. But the thing I forgot is that he kind of like messed it up when he called Brooke's daughter, the same one getting married, Hope, all those names that he called her. So yeah, that probably is the reason he didn't go to the wedding. Okay. And then let's see. Okay. So we're finally over the wedding for Hope and Liam. And I'm like, all right, cool. But then we have this hanging thing for Friday, which they finally did a cliffhanger. Yay, gold, you win, you got a cliffhanger. Woo! Okay. However, okay, how do I feel about this? I was happy when he proposed. I actually wanted her to say yes quicker than she did. And I was gonna throw something at the TV if she didn't say yes. However, I don't like the fact that they just didn't give her a wedding dress. They made her stay in the same blue dress. And it didn't feel formal at all. And not and okay, before anybody screams at me and thinks that I need everything to be formal to be correct, what I'm saying is you have two couples who finally get together after years and years of people wanting them together. And you can't even find an officiant to do this. Now, granted, okay, I'm going to take the Lope wedding off the table because they did it for the cuteness factor and whatever, right? Okay, but for Hope for Katie and Bill. Why can't they find somebody? You could have Carter do their wedding. I mean, come on. Uh, okay. So meanwhile, uh, we had scenes with um, Eric and Rich again. Now, I don't know. There better be something else in the water besides just this weird apology from Rich to Eric because it's just weird. Okay, I but this is getting a little personal. But if I was in a company and I ran it, and then my kids are supposed to be helping me, like my employees, but like whatever, you know what I mean? And they try to get me out of the business, I wouldn't be so forgiving after they go, oh, oops, sorry, we didn't mean to do that. And I wouldn't be like, oh, okay, it's cool. No, I wouldn't be that forgiving that fast. I just, it's not about carrying a grudge. It's about the principle of the thing and how you try to like scam over it. Of like, oops, what is that? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. So, and then apparently they're gonna hold it over to tomorrow because he said I saw another commercial about the bold wedding continues, and I'm like, for what? Are you just gonna marry everybody off and like never have a wedding again? I mean, what's the point? Are you gonna find what's her face? Carter and Daphne and marry them too? I mean, who's left to marry? Yeah. I don't feel like a female. Like, everything I just said about weddings, I don't feel like because most of the time I'm like, yay. It's I'm too much weddings, too many weddings. Just don't have weddings again, okay? No, but next time because you're gonna have a wedding at some point. Next time, could you follow my blueprint, which is okay? Presumably, the people who get married, could you have them like each other first? Okay, then have the families like each other, no real drama, and then have the father walk their daughter down the aisle and do traditional and have somebody officiate the wedding. Please and thank you. And then have for one day, maybe two, and then cut it. I've never been so happy to see like Christmas. Christmas is in 10 days. I've never been so happy for Christmas coming up in my life because maybe we'll have some different storylines then. I don't know. Oh boy. Speaking of which, I'll make another video about this because I have other thoughts. All right. Bye, everybody.